moms and dads of Kearsney College 2018.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the 11th Stannerbank Kearsney Easter Rugby Festival. My name's Nick Tatham. I'm joined here by Gareth Jenkinson. We're just about to get the first game underway. Kearsney College against HTS Middelburg. Gareth, we've been waiting for this one, and we've been waiting for this week to get underway for quite a while. It's really exciting stuff.
We have been, and the conditions are looking perfect for rugby this morning. It's not wet, it's heating up nicely, and we're in for a cracker of a match this morning.
Kearsney College playing from left to right on your screen. Get the game underway with a nice kick onto the 22-metre line. Crashed up by HTS Middelburg through the former number 8, Kale Schultz.
It'll be interesting to see how they play it here. They're going to play territory first up, feel up the hosts.
Box kick onto Andrew Harding, who hasn't managed to take that one cleanly, but cleans up. Good clearing out from Kearsney College, right on the right-hand touchline. Short ball. Popped it out of the back door, but it's gone to no man's land. HTS Middelburg right up on defence. Kearsney College still securing the ball. Looking to come to the right-hand side.
There's a little bit of space out here.
Ball into the hands of Harding, the captain. Tackle on his own.
Kearsney have done well to keep onto the ball here. HTS are really putting the pressure on defence.
Advantage to Kearsney College. Penalty, early penalty, inside, coming in the side of the ruck there from HTS Middelburg. Our referee for the day is Kelsey Simons. He awards the first penalty of the day to the hosts, Kearsney College. You can just sort of calm things down here.
Probably not the start Harding would have wanted there under that high ball, but you have to give it to Kearsney for managing to keep onto the ball there and settling things down. They'll want to get back into the visitors' half and look to start playing some rugby.
Fullback Jacques Oudendal with a big left boot there, taking play up to the 10-metre line of HTS Middelburg. Feeding the line out is Reed Sturt, the hooker. They've gone with a four-man line out. But
lots
running
of movement
around
there.
And the ball popped off the top into the hands of Harding. He's had a couple touches early. Takes crash ball into the middle of the field. Sets the ball up. Kearsney looking to go left. Another strong run in the middle of the field.
Good phase play here.
Got a few men over on the left-hand side by the looks of things. Good straightening of the line from Chunu. The ball's been a bit scrappy in the ruck there, but it looks like it's been...
Yep, Middelburg have turned that one over. Perhaps Kearsney shifted the ball out wide a little bit too early there. They did well to set up a couple of phases, but they got caught out in the wide channel there. Just not enough support at that ruck.
Well, Gareth, I think we're going to get this one out of the way early. HTS Middelburg, I think it's, if you're coming to your first festival, you have to shave your head. There's some pretty scary looking kids out there.
There are. I would be pretty intimidated if I was a matric student lining up against these guys. Certainly a lot bigger than when I was at school.
Absolutely. Scrum off, Martin Erasmus is going to feed the first scrum of the day, just on the HTS Middelburg 22-metre line. Strong scrum. Referee blows it. They're going to reset that one.
Nick, I saw you had some stats on the front rows there. Maybe we can chat about this forward battle first up this morning.
Yeah, it looks like HTS Middelburg have got the upper hand in the front row in terms of weight. They're weighing in at 312 kilos compared to Kearsney's 286. But I want to talk about a chap by the name of Oliver Carmody. He's only 16 years old and he's weighing in at 113 kilos for Kearsney College. The ball comes back to HTS Middelburg into the hands of Schrunfeld, who's going to put it to toe, but it's been touched by Kearsney College. Ball's fallen into the hands of Koenig on the left-hand side of the field. Matioda gives it. Well, Muirhead looks like he wanted to have a go, but he's scragged in the tackle behind the gain line. Still on the back for Kearsney College.
There's a little bit of space for them to work here.
Oudendal's found himself in a bit of space there into the hands of Mchunu. Good piece of defending there from the man in number 23. That's Morne Sionicus. Okay. Yeah. Cool. Got it. All right, so another line out for HTS Middelburg.
You can see these two sides are still feeling each other out. Middelburg are trying to play for territory while Kearsney are actually starting to try and play some rugby here.
Boot to ball from Middelburg, kicking it down towards the 22. Kearsney College into the midfield. Oudendal again. He's got a big boot from what I can remember last year. He looks like he might have found a little bit of space over the back. Well played by Martin Erasmus. Gets a hand on, slows it down a bit. Passing inside. That's into the hands of Sonicus, who goes up, but it hasn't gone as far as he would have liked. Testing there. Knock on from Middelburg. Advantage Kearsney. They've got the ball on the ground now.
Kearsney will look to move the ball here, start setting up some phases again. Oh,
short ball. Unfortunately, he's coughed it up. No advantage here. Going to be a scrum to Kearsney. A bit of kicking from Middelburg at the start of this one, finding themselves in their own half of the field a lot of the time, which is understandable, getting the ball out of their territory. A bit disappointing, though, from them, I think, the quality of the kicking so far.
Yeah, I'm sure their forward pack aren't thankful for their backs just hacking the ball away like that. It's surprising that they're not actually trying to put some phases together like Kearsney have been. A little bit more measured. They've got a big pack. I'd like to see them try and put some phases together, even if they're in the midfield right there.
Kearsney setting up to the right of the scrum. Marco Matteo to feed, free kick. He takes it quickly. Muirhead. Good running around. Odendaal gets it.
Backline move.
Odendaal trying to get the short ball to him, Chunu, but unfortunately it's gone forward by the looks of things. It has. Scrum down, Middelburg ball.
You can see this Kearsney side still feeling each other out. Correct me if I'm wrong, Nick, but there are a couple of guys that had played for this first team last year, but they're just trying to find passes, not quite clicking just yet.
Oh, absolutely. I think it's early season. They've only played a couple of games so far this season. But it's exciting to see that they're looking to run the ball and play some enterprising rugby as they set up a scrum about 8 meters in from the right-hand touchline. Erasmus to feed for HTS Middelburg.
Strong scrum from Kearsney.
Middelburg get the ball back. Sonicus shifting into the outside channel. Good pass, great take in the end there. Tackle just short of the halfway line. Erasmus again looking for his big runners, taking it, crash ball. Good tackle in the end from Dylan Bissett.
Harding's got in there and slowed down the ball. In fact, he's turned it over for Kearsney, and they're taking it.
Kearsney with an opportunity here. They've turned the ball over. Odendaal into the line. Short ball into the hands of Nicholas Baines, just over the halfway line. Muirhead trying to get it a bit of space on the outside. Unfortunately, Sangweni can't get the pass away. Good line from Odendaal. Middelburg up for defence. Baines again.
Kearsney's shape looking very good here. Nice little offload.
But the penalty has gone the way of Kearsney College. They're really looking to get the forwards running in the middle of the field. Some sleight of hand offloads. Good to see the big guys, the lock forwards, getting involved in the middle of the field and just making those little offloads out the back door. The penalty's gone their way, and it looks like they're going to be going for posts. If we have a look here at the replay again, Baines with a beautiful little offload into the hands of Carmody.
Big guys will be proud of that one. It's nice to see the tight five interlinking like that. And I guess that all goes back to Harding's turnover there. Middelburg had looked to shift the ball out wide, and they're just a little bit slow at the breakdown. And Kearsney's forwards are doing well to get in there and disrupt their ball, and hoping for an early 3 points to get some points on the board.
Just over 40 metres out here for Tane Muirhead. It's a solid strike by the looks of things, but it's just gone to the right. I don't actually know if it was going to have the distance in the end, but it's in the end goal area. It's going to be tapped down for a 22 dropout. First opportunity gone a begging.
I think he'll be slightly disappointed with that. He didn't quite get the strike that he was looking for.
But it's been charged down off the 22 dropout. So HTS Middelburg are under a bit of pressure in their own 22, and they've been bundled into touch. Kearsney College will definitely feel that they've won that little encounter. They've got a line out on the 22 now. Perfect attacking opportunity for them.
Middelburg seem to really be struggling to get the ball out of their own half, whether they're running it or kicking it. Their players are just struggling to ease that pressure, and Kearsney are really getting stuck in.
Reach Stewart feeds, but it's been turned over. Brilliant take from Damon Grobler in the line out for HTS Middelburg. The box kick is charged down by Sangweni.
scrap on the ground here.
He's going to take it again, gives it now off to the fly-off, who goes with the banana. Doesn't gain too much ground, just outside the 22. Kearsney are going to have another feed to the line-out. I must say, Gareth, before we go on, Sibusiso Sangweni was one of their influential players at last year's festival, I can remember. So he's their vice-captain and going to play another big role in the side, I think, as a line-out recipient.
Certainly fills the void left by Dylan Richardson matriculating last year.
Yeah, short ball into the captain's arms. Andrew Harding crashing it up. Into the hands of Baines. Good tackle there by Sonicus. Muirhead. Outside to Erdendahl. Erdendahl with the flip.
You wish he'd had two hands on the ball there. Could have got a nice clean offload. Fortunately, he's gone for the out the back flick. Couldn't quite find his wing partner.
Scott Cousins waiting out on the right wing for that. You see, just watch again here, Muirhead sees Erdendahl, who's got a bit of space there. Maybe should have tried to get rid of that one a little bit earlier, although the defence was coming across.
Yeah, he knows he's done wrong there, the look on his face.
So Middelburg with the line out just inside their 22. They've battled to get out of this area of the field so far today. Their line out's been pretty solid. They managed to steal one off Kearsney a little bit earlier. As we see a change coming onto the field. Jersey number 11, that's Leonard Olivier, who will be coming on.
Not quite sure if that's a blood change or not.
So Kuhn feeds the line out. It's tapped back. Erasmus does the cleaning up, but he's under a lot of pressure as Kearsney drive him over his own line. Brilliant work from the Kearsney forwards to rapturous applause from the home support here. It's going to be their put in 5 meters out. Awesome tacking opportunity.
I must say I'm quite surprised to see Middelburg struggling so much with this Kearsney pack. They're really putting the pressure on, and I can tell you right now, Erasmus is not going to be happy with his forwards. Every time he's tried to get the ball out cleanly, he's getting scragged by this Kearsney pack.
Yeah, it was a difficult one for Erasmus to take off that line out. Kearsney College going to want to put them under a bit of pressure, but remember, you can't push more than 1.5 meters at schoolboy rugby, so they won't be trying the old pushover from here. Matioda looking to go left. Great pickup from him, Chunu.
Sets it up nicely for another phase.
Sangweni with a big carry, but he's gone in upright. Good support play. Matioda again. Bit slower this time, goes to the left-hand side. Brilliant angle there, try time. Tane Muirhead gets in for the first score of the festival. Brilliant short pass there from the hooker, Reed Stewart. Gets him in over the line, brilliant try from Muirhead.
Really good interplay between forwards and backs, and Chunu did well to set the ball up there, and the Kearsney pack did the rest. How about this for some quick hands?
It's a great line in the end from Muirhead. They had numbers on the outside, so it was always going to be difficult for Middelburg to defend. I thought that they might have missed an opportunity with a little bit of slow ball, but it wasn't the case. Matioda getting the ball out. Brilliant straightening from Reed Stewart, and then the quick offload to Muirhead, who's going to attempt to convert his own try. It's a good strike. And it's in.
If he'd struck that first penalty like he hit that conversion, Kearsney would have been 10-0 up.
That's a brilliant conversion from a little bit far out on the left-hand side. Sorry, go.
No, I think that will help settle down the Kearsney nerves. The first 10 minutes were definitely a little bit nervous, a little bit shaky.
Morne Senekas is going to get us underway. Goes deep with a kick-off into the 22 of Kearsney. Taken in by the scrum half. Off to Muirhead, who's going to look for the safety of the touchline. That's a good exit play there from Kearsney. Nice and patient and very composed.
Yeah, I think you can see that composure settling in now. Good take off the kick-off. Good exit play. Doing the basics right.
So Middelburg going with a shortened line out here on the 10-meter line of Kearsney College. There we go, but it's gone over the back. Sangweni does the cleaning up in the end. Into Muirhead. Muirhead finds Odendaal coming into the line beautifully, puts a kick through. The bounce is a good one for the Middelburg defenders. He goes with the grubber down the touchline. Oh, that's a tough one. Pretorius steps one. That's Muirhead. Apologies. Steps one, but he's taken in a good tackle. Kearsney just trying to win this one back here, but scrappy on the ground. Matioda. Ball out into the hands of Dlamini. Strong carry from the man in the headgear. Matioda with the box kick. Wouldn't have gone as far as he would like.
What he was looking for.
Sonicus. Big pass into the middle of the field. Opting for the boot there is Ricky Schoeneveld. Back for it. Harding gives it on the inside. Odendaal got a bit of time to whack it onto the left boot. He's found a bit of space there. That's a brilliant kick from the fullback. Brilliant, brilliant strike from him. Finding a bit of space there and getting a brilliant roll into touch.
Excellent vision, and that left boot of his is something to behold. He really gave that a good thump. Found some empty grass, and he's put his team in a really, really good position here.
So Middelburg again on the defensive here with the line out just outside the 22. They go right to the back, but it's overthrown. It's gone into the hands of Polsey. Kearsney on the front foot here in the 22 of HTS Middelburg. They're going to want some quick ball here. Matioda gets the ball, comes to the right-hand side. Muirhead. Oh, that's good defending. But he's done well, has reached Stewart once again to just brush off one tackle. Gets the ball on the ground again. Matioda, Muirhead. A lot of running around as Odendaal finds himself on the outside of the defenders. Taking the ground on the 5-meter line. They come to the right-hand side. Matioda to him. Chunu, who bustles his way towards the line. But he's been held up short. Matioda to the right-hand side. Trot time. Kearsney College. Jacques Odendaal. Brilliant piece of mind to get himself into a bit of space on the short side. Well played in the end as well by Marco Matioda to give him the short pass. And Kearsney College getting themselves into a brilliant position here with 2 scores.
Once again, just patient build-up from the hosts. They're not panicking, letting the ball do the work. Players did really well to hold on to the ball there. That time Odendaal didn't let that pass away. He held the ball, took it up. They were short of the line, but patience paid off. And Odendaal had the final say, scoring in the right-hand corner.
Yeah, he's been very influential in the opening the opening stanza of this one has Jacques Odendaal from fullback. He's hit the line at the right time. He's kicked well from hand and then showing the presence of mind to get in on the short side where there was a bit of space. As Muirhead looks to line this one up, if we just from the right-hand touchline. Mpendulo Dlamini receiving a bit of attention. Good strike from Muirhead, but it looks like it is just going to go off to the right-hand side of the uprights. So, Kearsney College, 12-0 up. Just have a look here. Mchunu took it up. He was held up just short of the line. They managed to get the ball back well. And then look how Odendaal just finds the space on the right-hand side there. Matioda, presence of mind, just out. Great try from Kearsney College. Sonicus once again gets us back underway with a more contestable kick by the looks of things. Brilliant take in the end from Dylan Bissett under some serious attention from the HTS Middelburg defenders. Muirhead's been charged down here inside the 22. Well played in the end from Scott Cousins, but it looks like he's gone down quite badly there.
I think he's just taken a clash of heads there as he dived on that ball. Obviously, everyone was scrambling to get there right after that charge down.
Yeah, at least he's moving around now. Let's get him on his back. All precautionary stuff. Now the ball was bouncing around on the floor, so Scott Cousins went in there to try and dive on it, and I think he might have got a knee or something to his neck and head. Unfortunate to see. You never like to see that sort of thing, but
That's what happens when a 65 kg winger runs into a 90 kg flank.
Yeah, I just have a look back here again. The try scored by Muirhead. Mattiota to the left-hand side. It was beautiful play there by the hooker who managed to draw in that defender and open the space up on the outside.
It is nice to see a front ranker have the presence of mind to hold up a defender and just let the ball do the work.
Yeah, if you're just looking from this angle, you can see how the Middelburg defense had to shift. They just holds him up, gets a pass out, and it was easy running from Muirhead.
Yeah, Middelburg,
they've got quite a few questions to answer, I think, in that first 20 minutes. This is the second try for Kearsney. Mattiota to the right-hand side.
And if you just look at the players, they don't seem to be talking to each other. They're ball watching, crowding around the racks. Just a little bit more communication, from their central playmakers, scrum off, fly off, and even those outside backs, just to call players, count the numbers. As you saw in that first try to Muirhead, there was a big gap in the midfield, and Stewart held the player up there, and Muirhead flew through, but Middelburg have just left oodles of space for them to capitalise.
It's great to see Scott Cousins is walking off the field. He hasn't had to be taken off on the stretcher, but unfortunately that's the end of his game. He's been replaced by the man in jersey number 22, is Derek Marshall, and it looks like the number 6 for HTS Middelburg, that's Alton Nelson, is also going to be going off the field. And he's been replaced by number 16, his Edwin Till.
No doubt they'll be going for the good old ding-dong test, a little concussion test. Obviously, player safety is paramount, and they want to make sure that especially these youngsters are taken care of, taking no chances.
So HTS Middelburg have got the feed to the scrum inside the Kearsney 22. It's the first time they're going to actually be having a set piece even close to the Kearsney line. So they're really going to want to make this one count. Martin Erasmus getting ready to feed. It's good left shoulder. Erasmus, Schoeneveld, Sunicus. Just easy hands down the line, as is taken in by the captain, Joubert Villas.
Makes some good meters there, Villas.
To the right-hand side they go once again. Stepping on the inside, Quinton Klutter. 5 meters out now, HTS Middelburg. Great counter shove there from Kearsney. We've got a lot of numbers in the middle of the field. Do HTS Middelburg. They probably weren't committing enough to that breakdown. Erasmus, unfortunately, it's knocked on by Schoeneveld. He just looked up for a split second, and he's just knocked it on.
They'll be really disappointed with that. They moved the ball out wide nicely, but their forward pack haven't come around and done the hard yards.
Now it looked like they had set themselves up for a big forward push in the middle of the field, and maybe not committed enough to that breakdown on the right-hand side of the field. So Kearsney College get a reprieve here. Scrum down on their own 22-meter line. Mattiota with the feed. Solid scrum from Kearsney. Good pickup from Muirhead, who drills it straight down the middle of the pitch, and he's found a bit of real estate. So Middelburg again deep inside their own half of the field. Klutte kicks it down towards the 22. Odendahl again. He's looked up, found some space on the right-hand side. It's a brilliant kick into space. So Middelburg have to track back once again. It's a good step, but he scragged him. Busting straight up the middle of the field. HTS Middelburg tries to get the pass away. Doesn't go to hand. That's a knock forward.
Nice to see Middelburg looking to run the ball out of their half there. Kearsney's lines weren't quite up. They weren't quite in alignment there, and there was a little bit of space. If that pass had gone to hand, Middelburg would have been deep into Kearsney's half there.
Marco Mattiota has been very influential so far in this one. Good solid pass from the base. He's going to feed the scrum on the Middelburg 10-meter line. It's a big left shoulder from Middelburg. Muirhead, we've got a backline move here. Mchunu coming on the outside. Odendaal gets a ball out into the hands of Pretorius, who's found himself in some space. Good defending from Middelburg. You bundle him into touch. But it looks like Kearsney are just finding a little bit of space on the outside when they have those set moves. It was well played, good execution of the passes. Pretorius getting himself into some space, but good sort of scrambling defense from the Middelburg boys.
Yeah, definitely. Perhaps Kearsney shouldn't have taken it wide straight off that scrum. But obviously they're testing the water. They're trying to see if they can catch the visitors out on the outside channels.
That's unfortunately they've knocked that one forward, have Middelburg. So Kearsney have got the ball again into the hands of Stewart. He's been very prominent in the middle of the field, but Middelburg seem to have got their arms around it, but he's got to ground. Mattiota with a little switch ball. Polsey defending well there, Middelburg, close to the ruck. All the men are to the right-hand side for Kearsney here. Penalty Kearsney. Simon says there were hands in that ruck. So Kearsney College with them thinking to do. Nah, easy decision there, but with the looks of things for Harding.
Take the points. Middelburg a little bit desperate there, obviously getting hands in that ruck. They're trying to slow it down. Kearsney are playing with a real pace there, recycling the ball quickly from the base. And the Middelburg players are looking tired behind the posts there.
You would think they were coming down to KZN, they would be able to, I guess from Middelburg, the altitude's not really an issue for them in terms of the change. It's quite similar, I think. So Muirhead with probably his easiest kick of the day. Oh no.
And the good old commentator's curse. We'll blame that one on you, Nick.
My bad. Bit like my golf swing, I think. A little bit of a hook.
Muirhead will be disappointed with that. That was 3 points on a platter. Nevertheless, Kearsney are still 12-0 up. And they're going to get the ball back off this 22 kickoff. No doubt they'll be running it straight back at the Middelburg visitors.
So Sonic is calling his charges to get behind him. They'll only be giving away silly scrums and free kicks. Sonic is going deep with that restart onto the 10-meter line of Kearsney. Unfortunately, it can't be gathered by Derek Marshall, but he manages to get it back. Odendaal looking up, having a crack, and he found some beautiful space in the middle of the field. Great step of his left foot.
Support.
He finds a bit of support on the left-hand side. Got into the hands of. It looks like it was Gumede, the number 11 winger. But Kearsney College get the put in. They're going forward on the ground. Sure, Odendaal he has that eye for the gap at the moment. He's looking up beautifully, finding that space, taking on defenders and really getting Kearsney on the front foot.
It's quintessential fullback play. He gets the ball almost effortless the way he cuts through the line.
Yeah, just easy running, step off the left foot. It was always going to be difficult for Martin Erasmus to tackle him when he's coming at that speed. Then just looking for his player on the inside. It was well taken in the end by Gumede. And it's going to be a scrum. Kearsney, another beautiful attacking play here. Muirhead directly behind the scrum, and so is Odendaal. Mattiota feeds. It's come straight out of the tunnel.
Suspect Kearsney might be looking for that left shoulder and take it down the left-hand side of the pitch there. Use that short side.
Yeah, that looks like they've lined up with Pretorius wide out on the left. And then it's Mchunu also on the left-hand side with the fly-off and the fullback directly behind the scrum. And only Gumede and Marshall on the right-hand side.
It looks like we've seen some early changes in that Kearsney backline as well.
So they do get that left shoulder. They do get that left shoulder. Mchunu gets the ball, pops it straight back to his scrum half. He's scragged in defence. So Kearsney College, Muirhead goes in and stands off into the hands of Komodi. That's a brilliant run from the number 3. To the left-hand side they go. Muirhead with a crack, tries to get the pass away. Harding has to clean up. Middelburg trying to get over that one, but they can't. Mattiota to the left-hand side again.
Muirhead getting through a lot of work.
Penalty. Well, Gareth, this one looks like it's more straightforward than any other one, but I don't think we can speak too soon, unfortunately for Tane Muirhead and for myself. But they're going to go for the 3 points.
Of course, the clock's running down here. We've got about 10 seconds left on the stadium clock. So, slightly disappointing to not see Kearsney maybe set up for another scrum or kick for the corner. But obviously, they just want to get their noses ahead and get some purchase for all that hard work.
Looks like Tane Muirhead's relinquished the kicking duties.
Woodendal's probably had a word after that little shank a couple of minutes ago.
Well, he's made sure of that one. That's a good kick from Jock Woodendal. That brings down the curtain on the first half. Kearsney College going into the second half with a 15-0 lead. It's been really impressive from the hosts, Gareth. They've really used the ball nicely, and they've capitalised on the mistakes made by HTS Middelburg.
I have to say it has been a little bit disappointing to not see Middelburg play more rugby. When they have been in their half, they've been kicking the ball away a little bit aimlessly, and Kearsney have had the composure to run the ball back into the opponent's half, hold on to the ball, and then obviously some little bits of individual brilliance from Muirhead and Woodendal, obviously proving the difference between the two teams, in my opinion.
Yeah, the forwards from the Kearsney side have really got involved, and they've linked up nicely with the backline, but also the backline players have been able to do the basics right, and I think that's one thing that Kearsney College have always done throughout the years, is done the basics well. Some of their sides might not have been as talented, but they've always done the basics well. They've always been coached well, and it looks like they're mixing a little bit of really talented players with good coaching and strong disciplines.
100%, and like we touched on it earlier, they might have lost a couple of good players who matriculated last year, the likes of Dylan Richardson, but there have been some guys really putting up their hands there. Their backline more so, like I said, mentioned Muirhead, he's been really good, he's been marshalling his troops around the field, and Woodendal for me has been a standout, head and shoulders above the rest. He's been joining the line well when they're attacking. That left boot has found a lot of space for his side, and all it's done is taken the pressure off his team. He's taken them from one side of the field, put all the pressure on Middelburg deep in their half, and they either have to run it out or kick it out, and they haven't been good at either.
Yeah, absolutely. Just looking at the Kearsney side, I mentioned during the half a guy like Sibusiso Sangweni, who last year was so influential in their side, might have been a little bit quiet this half, but I think that as the game progresses, he'll start coming into his own a little bit. Andrew Harding, their skipper, was really prominent in the opening exchanges of the game, but their 9 and 10 have really controlled the game a lot better than their counterparts from HTS Middelburg. Marco Mattiota has made a lot of the right decisions. Tane Muirhead too has also really made a lot of good decisions and sound decisions. He's made a choice and gone with it, and I think that's also been quite a big difference between the two sides.
100%. Taking a look at the Middelburg side, perhaps most of their players have been a bit incognito here. Their scrum half Erasmus has done most of the work, but he's probably having some stern words with his pack, especially in that halftime team talk. They've really left him out in the cold. He's been having to deal with the Kearsney fields forwards coming through that ruck all the time, making it really, really difficult for him to spread the ball. And if anything, their forward pack just need to work a lot harder. We saw they had a scrum in Kearsney's 22 where they shifted the ball out wide, and unfortunately their forward pack ended up waiting in the midfield and not getting across and supporting the backs on the outside, and they ended up losing that ball and losing a really, really good opportunity to perhaps get on the scoreboard.
Now, it seems like they might be quite disjointed at the moment. The communication between the forwards and the back line just doesn't seem to be there. There's been a lot more continuity in the Kearsney side so far in this one. But still, there's half an hour to go in this one, and HTS Middelburg have got more than enough time to get back into it.
As you can see there, their coaches laying down some stern words. I think they're just going to ask them for a bit more effort. That could prove a big difference in the second half. Of course, Kearsney are only 15-0 up, half an hour left to play. There's plenty of rugby to be played, and if Middelburg focus on the basics here and get their forwards into the game, they could sneak back into this one.
Post it to Instagram, and while you're posting on Instagram, just include #SVSchools.
And as you can see, it is early in the morning, but the crowd is slowly making their way up to Bothers Hill, to Kearsney for the Standard Bank Kearsney Easter Rugby Festival. Nice little crowd here already this morning. Obviously, Kearsney parents here to support their sons in this first clash of the weekend, but we're expecting some big crowds later this afternoon.
Yeah, we're also expecting some pretty hot weather. By the looks of things, the mercury's already rising quite high, and it's pretty different to previous years. We normally get that mist that rolls into Bothers Hill and the cold, but brilliant conditions ready this morning, and it seems like it's only going to get better throughout the week.
And on those conditions, nice hot weather might not be that nice for the players. They have to deal with humidity and heat, but it does give them a good opportunity to shift the ball around. If the humidity stays quite low, it usually isn't too humid up in Bothers Hill, not too much moisture on the ball. And as we've seen, Kearsney haven't shied away from giving the ball some air and letting it do the work.
Yeah, the Kearsney huddle seems to be very a complete contrast of the Middelburg one. Very calm, collected. Barnstein just having a word to his charges there. His assistant is former Shark and Cheetahs player Nico Brett. A lot of experience there. Barnstein has been the coach of this Kearsney side for many years. So he'll know exactly what he wants from his charges, and they'll have a very good idea of what they need to do in the second half to maintain, if not build on to this 15-point lead that they've got.
Yeah, my East Coast Radio colleague Sky Shabalala had a chat to Barn yesterday, and he was basically saying his team has never done the treble at their own competition, and of course it's in its 11th year, and this team's looking pretty good. Obviously they haven't tested out the water completely. There's 2 more games left to go after this, but it would be nice to see the hosts go for those 3 wins over the weekend.
It's going to be tough. There's some really good sides here this year, and we're going to get ourselves back underway for the second half here. HTS Middelburg, left to right, no wind to speak of at the moment. Morne Senecas gets us back underway with a short little dab kick. Well taken in from Kearsney College. Nicholas Baines takes it down on his own 10-meter line. Matioda, Muirhead with the ball out to Jacques Oudendal, who cuts back on the inside. Beats a couple of defenders. Probably takes play to exactly where it was when the ruck started.
He just wants to run the ball.
Oh, unfortunately, it can't be picked up from Commodity, but Kearsney have still got the ball. Muirhead holding up defenders. Kumere under pressure, but he's done well to beat 1 defender. Beats 2, taken on his own 10-meter line. Matioda to the right-hand side. Muirhead
releases the pressure. Weren't really going anywhere with those runs.
There's no advantage. Penalty goes the way of Kearsney College. Hit by the looks of things.
That's just good presence of mind from Muirhead. His players' team weren't going anywhere, so he's put the ball to boot.
Dave, can we get those team lists? Especially the Middelburg team list.
Oudendal look for touch here. Got a big left boot, not quite the strike he was looking for.
Oh, it's play on.
Touch judge hasn't brought up a flag. And Middelburg, ball goes loose.
Martin Erasmus has to do the cleaning up and gets the ball off the park.
Well, if you look at that, it's basically where Oudendal's kicked the ball out in the first place from that penalty. Middelburg will be quite disappointed with that. They weren't quite awake. Took it for granted that Oudendal would find touch there off that penalty.
So, shortened line out, Kearsney College. A couple of men jumping it around. Ball goes to the back. Good take. Short ball to the captain Harding. Harding with short one on the outside. Polsey crashing it up into the middle of the 22. Matioda, left-hand side. Couple dummy runners. Oudendal, Muirhead. Unfortunately, the pass is just behind.
Ball's still alive, though.
Mark Pretorius, he still keeps it there. Matioda's had to go in there to secure the ball. Muirhead. Sangweni with a good little step there. Beats 1. Take it just short of the 5-meter line. Matioda again looking for his forwards.
Commodity rumbles it up. The big man. He's hard to stop from 5 meters out.
Matioda again to the right-hand side. Muirhead. Great angle
line
there. Good
Polsey
defending.
taking it up.
Come back to the left-hand side. Harding. Short ball. And he's in. Reed Stewart gets over to score his own try after setting one up in the first half. He's been really influential in this one so far. Brilliant try from the hooker. Well held up the pass in the end from the captain Harding. Getting the hooker in for the score.
That's just excellent rugby from Kearsney. They've held on to the ball well, showed good patience. No one's panicked. No one's looked for those little offloads.
Mattiota here making the right decision, coming to the left-hand side. Harding not panicking here, not panicking, just looking for his runner, drawing in 2 defenders, finding a little bit of space on the outside. Right time.
that replay shows the miscommunication in the Middelburg defence. There are probably 5 players in front of Harding there, and he's just drawn in the first 2 and put Stewart away for a really, really good team try. Kearsney coaches will be well pleased with that try from their team.
As Odendaal lines this one up, we got to give a shout out to the Kearsney College boys that are tuning in from Maranello in Italy. Unfortunately, that one's gone wide. Thanks for joining us, gents, and I hope you're enjoying the coverage that we're bringing to you guys all the way over in Europe.
I think it must be said that our Kearsney old boys watching might not be too pleased that 2 Michael House old boys are on the microphones.
No, we are being very, very objective, though. So, Sonicus, for the umpteenth time today, gets us underway. It's a
Try
little
something a little different there.
Good little offload from the captain, Harding. Beg your pardon. That was Reed Stewart. Sangweni coming into the game now. Bundles over the halfway line. Good run from the flanker. Middelburg trying to get over the ball and steal it. Another tight drive from Kearsney College over the 10-metre line, but they've lost the ball. Middelburg have finally got their hands on it. Erasmus goes to the left-hand side. Sonicus with a skip pass. It's a good pass from him. He's found Odendaal.
Great line.
Brilliant offload into the hands of Quinton Klutti. And Klutti gets over for the first score from HTS Middelburg. That's going to be a bit of a warning sign to Kearsney College that when Middelburg do put it together, they have the opportunity and the skills to score.
Really, really nice interplay. And good to see that they spotted the space out wide. They wasted no time shifting the ball out. And Quintino October gets over for the try for the visitors. He'll be happy. He also went off in the first half for a 10-minute spell. I'm not sure if that was for blood. But he's back on and he's got himself a try.
Yeah, well played here from Middelburg. That's a good pass there from Sonicus, finding his runners on the outside. Joandre Odendaal in a lot of space there. Showing a good, clean pair of heels for the number 8 in the number 7 jumper today. And then he shows a good presence of mind here to draw Odendaal in, give the ball off to October, who has a clean run into the line for a good score from Middelburg.
It's good to see Odendaal put the ball in 2 hands there, looking for support. He knew he just needed to draw Odendaal in to make sure that try was secure for his side.
And Sonicus, Morne Sonicus adds the extra 2, so it's 20 points to 7 now. 7 minutes gone in the second half.
And that's the first real bit of rugby we've seen Middelburg play. They'll be happy with that.
Odendaal gets us back underway with the restart. Oh, but Middelburg can't hold on, and that's going to be absolutely frustrating. Players are going to be tearing their hair out, or won't be tearing their hair out after that mistake.
We talk about it in professional rugby. Kickoff conversions, taking your kickoffs is vital. Gives you the chance to exit out of your half and take the pressure off your side.
So Kearsney College doing a lot of running around in the line out. Unfortunately, they've thrown it right over the back.
And again, reprieve for Middelburg.
But Middelburg have taken it in high. It looks like they're going to being held up. And Kearsney really all over that ball at the moment. It goes to ground. What does the referee's call? Scrum down Kearsney ball. So they've done really well to get the ball back there after they've made the mistake of not jumping in the line out.
Both teams will be a bit disappointed with missed opportunities there. Obviously, Middelburg completely botched that kick-off receive. And then in turn, Kearsney didn't quite, get it right at the line out there, and they've actually got out of jail there, and they've got a good attacking platform right outside Middelburg's 22.
Yeah, just to the right-hand side of the uprights. Lining up on the left-hand side, the Kearsney backline.
No hint of a snipe down the blind side there.
Matiota into the hands of Muirhead. A lot of runners all over the place, but Gumede didn't expect that one.
He got it right in the forehead.
Knocked on by October.
Running an excellent short line there, but he was expecting the dummy. Muirhead's given it to him right in the face.
Got the old falcon. Won't be the first one of this week, I'm fairly sure. So, Middelburg, another reprieve here. Scrum down just outside their 22. This one can't go out on the full from the kick. Scrums have been fairly even so far on this one. Oh, that's a good scrum. They go to the short side. Brilliant play. But he's given it, passed it to no one. Sinicus with a little dab over the top. Good pickup from...
putting in some good pressure there. Oh.
Gee. A bit carried away there, I think, the defenders. But the penalty's going the way of HTS Middelburg, just outside their 22. Woodendal's now been fuller running in that second half. It was a good snipe from him, and then just, unfortunately for him and his side, the pass not going to hand.
Once again, Middelburg just not holding on to the ball when they need to do it, especially deep in their own half. Settle things down, take the ball in, secure it, recycle at the rack, and play some rugby.
It's a good relieving kick taking play just into the Kearsney half. So Edwin Till's going to feed the line out here. Oh, we got a couple of replacements by the looks of things. I think they were going on anyway, no matter if the line out happened or not. Coming onto the field, Dirk Rademan in number 1. And in jersey number 18 is Andries Foster.
Of course, that's a full front row change there. Obviously looking to change their fortunes at scrum time.
Oh, no, unfortunately they've lost that one again at the line out. Great cleaning up from Dylan Bissett. Matiota Muirhead.
Spotted some space, but not quite the kick he was looking for. He'll be lucky if that doesn't run dead. Yep. And it has.
Yeah, it's gone dead. Unfortunately for Muirhead, saw a bit of space in the corner behind the line out, but his kick just going a bit too far in field. So we're going to come all the way back there for a scrum to Middelburg. Gareth, I don't know, do you, besides for Middelburg at the line outs, could be a little bit of shift in momentum here. They seem to have had a lot more of the ball in the second half than Kearsney.
They have, and I'm interested to see how this front row change is going to change their fortunes. Obviously, Carmody on the tight head for Kearsney's, he's a big lump of meat. He's hard to move. But Dlamini, obviously a lot lighter on our team sheet here. He's just shy of 90 kgs, so maybe a change in the front row for Middelburg might just get them the ascendancy they're looking for there.
So Erasmus feeds. That's a great scrum from Middelburg. Coming to the left, Sinicus. Cut out, not a cut-out pass. Behind the man, into the hands of October. Looking for his play on the cutback, but they've knocked it on.
That's unfortunate. I would actually like to see these Middelburg backs setting up first phase right in the midfield there. Let their forwards get there, recycle the ball so they can play a bit more rugby. They're shifting it out into the outside channels without earning the right, and they're getting caught out. Little knock-ons, little passes not going to hand. They won't be happy with that.
That'll frustrate the forwards, considering they put in a massive shift in that scrum there to win the ball back well for their backline. Kearsney up against the right-hand touchline with the feed. Matiota. That's a good scrum from Kearsney.
A big shove there on the tight head.
Woodendal looks like he might have found a bit of space for Gumede. Gumede is running hard. He's got through the gap between two. Good step on the inside. He needs some support. Tries to give the pop. But his scrum off Matiota wasn't ready for that one. But now Middelburg have the ball. Nearly on their own 10-meter line.
Big
Good
counter
counter.
shove from Kearsney.
No advantage. It was illegal by the blast of the whistle. They go quickly here. Sonicus. Short ball into October's hands. Is up the middle.
He's found support.
Good pass on the outside. Into the hands of Leonard Olivier, who's gone under the sticks.
And there you have it. That could just be the difference. Middelburg have been playing really slowly, sped things up there with a quick tap, caught Kearsney off guard. And wow, October, he's been phenomenal today. Olivier, rather.
No, you spot on. October has been really good, but the move was finished off by Leonard Olivier in the end. Good piece of mind there from the Middelburg players to take that tap quickly, get October into some space, beat a few defenders. Easy pass over to Olivier, who goes under the sticks, giving Sonicus a fairly straightforward conversion attempt that he duly obliges to and adds the extra 2. So, game on, 2014. 16 minutes to go.
That body language from Kearsney at halftime, maybe a little bit complacent, thinking they've got their noses ahead. 15-0 at halftime, of course it was, and 15 minutes into the second half, and there's 6 points between the sides. Kearsney have a real game on their hand if they're going to have to, or they're going to want to stop this Middelburg steam train that's gathering ahead. Clean take from Middelburg. They rumble it up.
Penalty, Kearsney College off the kickoff. Middelburg have battled off the restarts, put themselves right under pressure. So we've got a change for Kearsney College coming onto the field. Cameron Dudley, he's coming on in place of
looks like Gumede there.
Gumede, yeah.
Not quite sure.
Yeah,
wasn't watching that. Maybe he picked up a little bit of a knock in that run.
So Kearsney College signaling their intentions, going for the corner. Line out, middle of the 22, attacking ball. Looks like a change of shorts. I wondered what he was running around with there. I thought it might have been a towel.
Change of shorts for Commody there. Big man, probably a size 40.
Big pair of shorts.
Lots of movement in that line out again.
Reed Stewart feeds, great take in the end from Dylan Bissett. Ooh, well taken in the end from Muirhead, who beats a couple, gets taken in the middle of the 22 again. To the left-hand side they go. Oudendal, short ball into the hands of Sangweni. Gets out of one tackle and gets back to his feet and runs hard towards a 5-meter line. Middelburg getting themselves all over the ball. Bissett with a strong drive towards the line. 5 meters out here. Commody changes the angle of attack. Runs straight at the defenders. Left-hand side again. Oudendal, quick ball. Dudley in for the score.
Absolutely phenomenal finish from Dudley. He had 2 players breathing down on top of him, managed to shrug the first one off, hold on to the ball, dive into the corner for what is Kearsney's 4th try.
Yeah, very, very good work from Kearsney College. They were nice and patient there on attack, just a couple of meters out. Cameron Dudley nearly fumbled that one by the looks of things and then manages to get himself over the line for a good score. That'll give the Kearsney College players and fans a little bit more breathing space, I think.
I think once again Middelburg will be kicking themselves for not getting out of their own half off the restarts. They took that kick off, but they got pinged for a penalty. Kearsney kicked for the line, and the rest is history. Really good patient build-up. And I like how they've worked it straight, right to left. They've used the full width of the field, and they've literally gone in on the other corner that they started from.
So Jacques Oudendal probably going to want to look to cut this one in from the right-hand side.
He looks like he's been doing some kicking practice with Bram van Straten. He has a lot of kickers very straight onto the ball, very straight on, and you know, you're just trying to kick the ball straight down through the line, cut the uprights in half. Unfortunately, he's just sliced that one.
So Middelburg get us back underway. The kick goes towards Baines, but they've let it go. Not quite sure what's going on here. Kearsney are running to the halfway line. Yep, that's gone out on the full, and that is just salt in the wounds.
I think the touch judge was unsure if that had bounced on the inside or the outside of the pitch. Just you'll have a look at the finish of that try. No doubts about that one.
Absolutely no doubts. Dudley with some serious attention being shown there from Sonicus. And just managing to get over for the score. So there's another change for Kearsney College. On in jersey number 20 at scrum off is Matthew Hayden. He's coming on for Marco Mattiotto, who's had a pretty good game, really solid from the base of the scrum and the rucks, and made a lot of good decisions. Not a lot of kicking from him, which you can understand considering that their backline has been pretty dominant so far today.
Definitely Hayden will want to keep up that same tempo, keep his team moving forward, keep that ball coming out quickly from all the racks. Now we've got a midfield scrum off that botched kickoff. Kearsney can go either way here.
Reset once again. The call from Kelsey Simon. I don't know, Gareth, you've played in the backline. That's not really a place that I'm too familiar with. When you got a scrum in the middle of the field, is it quite difficult? You've got too many options almost?
Well, in my experience, we've often gone down the blind side. If you get a left-hand scrum, like we see here on picture, it's quite favourable for your 8 to break off on the right and have a crack. Then you've usually got a 4-on-3 situation. It's
been a tight set here for HTS Middelburg. Taking it into contact is Mariano de Villiers. They go to the left-hand side once again, and into some space runs Vincent Ruas. Ruas taking play right into the 22 of Kearsney College. Quick ball, crashing it up, Jean-de Rudendal. They're about 4 meters out here, tight up to the left-hand touchline. Middelburg shown go once again from the try scorer, Olafia. That's into the hands of Till, and he's managed to burrow his way over. Edwin Till, front foot ball for HTS Middelburg. When they keep the ball, this is the ability that they have.
100%. They definitely had their tails up there. The players were hungry to take the ball up. Forwards and backs putting their heads down. Good cleaning at the rucks as well. They get good possession there.
Sonicus not wasting too much time with the conversion. Whacks it over. Now we got a game. We just look here once again. Good play from HTS Middelburg. They really caught Kearsney napping on defense as Olafia crashed it up just 4 meters out from the line, and then they managed to get some really quick ball. Mariano de Villiers here.
And have a look at that Kearsney line. There's no one in between there.
Yeah, it was gaping holes there for Till to run into, and he just burrowed his way over for a good score.
Woodendal's worrying about the men on the outside. Meanwhile, there's a gaping hole right in the midfield, and Middelburg weren't going to pass that opportunity up.
So Woodendal gets us back underway. Middelburg once again can't take it cleanly, but luckily for them it's fallen on their side, just outside their own 22. Olafia plays scrum off. Sonicus tries to kick it deep, but he's kicked it straight down the throat of Woodendal, who unfortunately can't gather cleanly for Kearsney. Takes on a couple defenders. October, he's beaten. Pass out the back. Good pass into the hands of Dudley, but that one's gone forward. Knock on there from Kearsney College. Probably shouldn't be looking to have too much of a crack in their own half of the field at this late stage of the game.
See Woodendal looking up at the sky there. I think the sun might have been in his eyes as he tried to take that kickoff. That might be a little bit of a weapon for teams later on in the day. Put up the high ball, put all the pressure on the fullbacks.
So another scrum, sorry Gareth, for Middelburg, just inside the Kearsney College half of the field. October directly behind the scrum.
And they've gone blind.
It's a good pass there into the hands of October. October show and go. Sangweni scrags him in the end, luckily for them. Still on the side here for HTS Middelburg. Sonicus. Good defending from Kearsney, really putting the pressure on there. The skip ball into the hands of Chunu, but no advantage. I think they might have gone a bit forward. So we're going to come back for the scrum for the knock-on to Kearsney College.
Once again, disappointing for Middelburg. They'd gone down the blind side there, made a good 10 meters behind Kearsney's line, and then all their forwards have lined up, and Sonicus has thrown a really hard pass that his forward teammates won't be too thankful for.
Jean-Jay Rodendahl has been influential for Middelburg off the back of the scrum. He's really found a lot of space when he's picked and gone. Okay, Kearsney feed, get a left shoulder. Harding, Muirhead. No one's back there for Middelburg as it's bounced into the 22. It's a good chase. October can't get away from the defender.
Surely that's
penalty.
There we go. It was a penalty. Obviously, he's been tackled. He's held. He needs to release the ball. He's got up onto his knees. He hasn't even released the ball, looking for a pass. He's forgotten the basics there. He would have got away with it if he had released the ball and stood up and then played the ball again. But obviously, he's just kept his hands all over it. Not quite sure what happened there as well. Obviously, miscommunication between the Middelburg back three. October left to do all the work with that big raking hack down the right-hand side of the field.
Yeah, good chasing from Kearsney College. Good defending in the end there, managing to scrag October. And they're going to go for the score by the looks of things. He's kicked that one downfield hill. Oh, but it's gone touch and goal by the looks of things. That's unfortunate for Jacques Rodendahl. Probably the only mistake he's made today.
And as you can see, we've got a little over 5 minutes left in this game. That was an opportunity for Kearsney to really put the nail in the coffin. Middelburg obviously need to play the ball out of their half here, but 4 points in it. Hearts will be in their throats.
Kearsney have got one less in defence. Their players off the field after he made that tackle. They haven't subbed him yet. Oh, now they've...
Coaches have suddenly realised there's a massive overlap.
They've wised up to the fact that they got one less in the back line.
And he's snuck onto the wing.
I think it's Jordan Bamba in jersey number 21 that's come onto the field. So HTS Middelburg look to have a crack from deep inside their own half. Kearsney getting themselves over the ball, but they've managed to win it back. The kick has gone straight up the middle of the field to Jacques Rodendahl.
Little chip.
Chipped it through for Bamba to chase October under pressure in his own 22. He's thrown a Hail Mary pass, but no one wants to pick it up. But it's gone forward in the end.
You got a feel for October. He's had to, time and time again, try and clean things up for his side. Not a bad decision from Rodendahl to put through a little chip there. Unfortunately, he was caught in a tackle as he put the ball to boot. So he couldn't quite get through to recover that.
Also onto the field now for Kearsney College in jersey number 16 is Connor Griffith. It's going to be packing down for his first scrum. He's on the field in place of Mpendulo Dlamini. Feed from Hayden, apologies. Muirhead, the short pass. Unfortunately, it doesn't go to hand, but they've got a penalty.
Pinged at scrum time for scrumming up Middelburg. Feel for them a bit there. We're on the left-hand side of the pitch. I think the new man for Kearsney might have been scrumming in there, but front row play is not my speciality.
Yeah, so. Gareth, I was just about to remind you to the fact that you are, in fact, a backline player. But Kearsney going for the line out here. One of the standout forwards for them has definitely been their hooker Reed shirt. He's going to feed the line out 5 meters out. They've gone with the 5-man. Polsey in at scrum half. Into the middle, Sangweni takes, pops it off to Polsey, but that's not straight.
Oh, you got a feel for Reed's shirt there. Probably the first mistake he's made all day.
He's had a storming game as the hooker. But now he's got to get down into the middle of the scrum and try and rectify his mistake.
Reminds me of a young Nick Tatham.
Forgot to strap my head back in my youth.
You're lucky your ears look so nice.
At 86 kilos, he's probably about 10 kilos heavier than I was in the trick. So Middelburg feed the scrum, huge scrum there from Kearsney. They've got right underneath the Middelburg scrum, but penalty, offsides.
Shouts of spiel from the sideline. Obviously their coaches are willing them on to play. We've got just under 2 minutes left in this game.
Middelburg go quickly. Franco Ferri takes it in. They go to the left-hand side. It looks like they might have men over here if they straighten the line. October gets a pass away. Good pass back into October's hands.
Excellent offload. And he's let it go.
Oh, no. October has been enterprising, hasn't he, Gareth?
Well, you love to see those offloads. It's just so disappointing when they don't go to hand. October's been really good. This game, we've had two really, really good fullbacks on display. And there's talk of scouts around watching these games. I'm sure that they'll be penciling in the names October and Woodendal.
Yeah, let's not forget at the end of the week we've got a couple scholarships to the Sharks Academy to hand out, so there'll be guys that'll be eyeing out positions there. It's been a very entertaining first game of the festival. If the festival's anything, if this is going to be the sort of benchmark for the festival, we're going to be in for a cracker. It's been a sort of to and fro game of two halves, as the cliche says, with Kearsney dominating the first half and then HTS Middelburg coming back in the second half. There've been a couple standout players. Both fullbacks have been really good, and a couple of the forwards have really put their hands up too. Gareth?
I have to say, Reed Stewart for Kearsney, their hooker has been really, really good today. Obviously, he set up a try and got a meat pie himself. Did really, really well there. I've also liked the way Meerheads played for Kearsney. And I thought Erasmus played really, really well for Middelburg. Despite his pack going forward, backward in that first half, he did really, really well for his side.
Oh, no, we got a hack forward here. It's into the hands.
And here we go.
Into the hands of Mariano de Villiers.
And they've stolen it at the dead.
Who is stolen it with 5 seconds to go.
Kearsney hearts will be broken here.
Unbelievable there, Gareth. Incredible scenes here at the death. There's an absolute hush on the grandstand. Mariano de Villiers with a little hack through and regather, and he gets in for the score. That just hammers the nail in.
Completely gassed as well. Look at the man. I thought he might run out of steam on his way to the try line there. Kearsney will be absolutely gutted with that. Obviously, the ball's gone loose. It's been hacked through. And Middelburg, you have to give it to them. They've been tenacious. They've stayed in it. They didn't capitulate at half-time. They were down 15-0. And obviously, with the conversion to come, they've got their noses ahead. It's 26-25 to the visitors. With the conversion to come, they've won the game, broken the hearts of the hosts here in the first match of the Standard Bank Kearsney Easter Rugby Festival. At
half-time, we were talking about Kearsney doing the treble. Unfortunately, that one's just gone straight down the bog. As Sonicus lines his kick up, it's pretty irrelevant, to be fair. And his kick's gone really high and handsome, but it's out to the right. And that's it. Final score, 26-25 to HTS Middelburg over Kearsney College in the opening game of the week. Next up, we've got Queen's College taking on Pretoria Boys High. Ladies and gentlemen, don't go anywhere. We'll be back soon.